Hello and welcome to another video, and today we are here for the last time on MotoGP 19 and we're doing the last to first challenge of Valencia as Alex Rins because, well, the reason why I picked Rins is because I'm picking a Suzuki, a bike that's quite easy to ride, and then Valencia, the AI are really good here, so it's going to make the challenge very difficult. Thought I'd send off MotoGP 19 with a bang. Obviously MotoGP 20 coming out tomorrow, so we'll be moving over to that game. But without further ado, we'll start this race and let's see what we can do. So Dovi's actually on pole. That doesn't happen for me very often. Everybody always says Dovi wins all their races and starts on pole, but for me, Rins and Rossi are always on pole whenever I do a MotoGP race. Marquez is rarely on the front row as well. We're waiting for the lights to go out here at Valencia. Lights on, away we go. Go down towards turn one. Smith's had a rocket start, amazing start for Smith. Lequona's had a similar start to me, so we're off the back of the group a little bit. We go towards turn one. It can get a bit messy through here, so I'm just going to try and pick my way through. I've not actually gained any positions yet. We're past Lequona. We'll dive in a little bit more into turn two. We've somehow made that sort of work for us. I thought I'd gone in a bit hot, but I think a bit of minor contact slowed me down a little bit more. So up to 16th place, we're behind me. Oh, a bit of a dive from Spagro there. Bagnaia looking at the inside as well, so some big names down near the back. Mir's quite far down, same with Bagnaia. Alex Marquez is usually near the back because he replaces Lorenzo, so his skill isn't too good in the game. Oh, Bagnaia doing a bit of a dive there. It's chaotic race so far. So up to 14th place, we've just passed Zarco. We're looking for a move on our teammate here. Oh, Binder's blocking me a bit. Mir's gone around the outside of Binder. Binder's now still in my way. Well, we've got past Binder now. Looking for a way past Mir. Try and hang it around the outside, but we can't quite. Oliveira in 11th. Pretty good start from Oliveira there. Oh, the rear locked up a bit. How cold the tyres are. They are freezing. You have to push to get some temperature in these. Coming up towards the line then at the end of the first lap. Mir looks like he's going for a move on Oliveira. We're closing on Oliveira as well, but I don't think we're close enough to make a move. Oh, the tyres are such a low temperature. I guess because I'm not running a setup or anything, so usually I pick these tyres because I know how they'd react here, but that's because with my setup it probably pushes the bike in a certain way. So looking for a way to try and get around Oliveira. Oh, we've just gone off the track, so that's not going to help us out. Here we go then, we're looking for a move around the outside of Oliveira. Pretty unorthodox way to do it, and he's actually got the position back, so I suppose that's why, but we've got past him anyway on the exit. We sat the bike up. We're looking for a move on Mir now, a little bit like we did on the previous lap. I think inside of Mir, we've done him to up to 11th place now, but we've ran a bit wide. Mir's ran a bit wide as well. Is that going to allow Oliveira to sneak under both of us? No, it hasn't, so we've got 11th place. Morbidelli on the Petronas Yamaha now in our sights. Here we go, we're looking for a move on Morbidelli here. I think we've got him as we go towards turn one. Up the inside. He's trying to hang it around the outside, but he's not going to be able to do it. So up to 10th place now. We're into the top 10. Nakagami next, and then there's a bit of a gap ahead to, I think it's Vinales. Oh, no, it's Quartararo. Oh, but Morbidelli's come back at us. Oh, the rear steps out there. But we've kept in front of him. We've got to try and get past Nakagami as soon as possible. I'll need to try and generate some heat in these tyres. Up the inside we go, so we went round the outside here on the previous lap. Oh, and he sits up. A bit unnecessary to sit up there, I think. But we've got past him. I think we were going a little bit wide towards him, but I don't think he needed to particularly sit up. But he's still behind us, so we're setting our sights on Quartararo now. Right, so we're caught up to the back of Quartararo here. Up the inside of Quartararo. Oh, aggressive move as ever there. Oh, and he's almost hit us at the back there. He's got in a bit hot trying to get back at us. So we've got the move now. I mean, it was a bit closer than I wanted when I was going for the move. I thought I could do what I did to Mir, but I wasn't quite close enough. So we almost touched, but then he's gone for a dive back, and he's almost hit us at the back there. He's lost a whole second. Feel a bit bad for him, but we've got to make us way through the pack. Close up to Miller. I was looking up the inside into Adrian Campos, but he went a bit more defensive than I expected, so we'll just try and get a better exit than him, although he is on a Ducati. If we can get in the slipstream, though, we shouldn't lose too much time to him. We've just done the fastest lap of the race on that lap, so we are definitely making some inroads here. Up the inside of Miller into Mick doing corner. Oh, he's held it around the outside. He squoze us towards the apex. Fair play to Miller. Have to sit behind for now. Here we go, our favourite overtaking spot once again. Near the curb, bit similar to what we did to Quartararo. but a little less aggressive. I thought, oh, Miller's done the same thing, nearly hit us at the back. Okay, the AI seems to be a little bit broken into that corner. They're just trying to dive me and just can't do it. But we're up to 7th place now anyway. Almost lost the front on that curb, closing to the back of Vinales. But it's a bit of a 3 breakaway at the front. I can see Rossi, Marquez and Dovizioso have got away at the front, so we'll have to hunt those down once we get through this. Well, once we get past Vinales, we've got to catch the 2 in front, past them, then we've got to hunt down the podium runners. And the slipstream of Vinales, here we go. Gone straight past him. Up into 6th now, so we've got a bit of a gap ahead to Petrucci. Right, so we've already caught up to Petrucci. Trying to get the good exit, but obviously he is on a Ducati after all, so we're getting the slipstream on him. New fastest lap off the race once again, but he's gone defensive turn 1, so we're going to try and hang it around the outside if we can. It's going to be a bit difficult though. Back early on the power, bit of contact with Petrucci there. So up into 5th, but again we're going to have to go on the outside line. That's not where I want to be, so Petrucci's actually done a pretty good defensive ride there. But again, around the outside, I think we should be able to have it here because we'll have the inside there on the next corner. And Petrucci seems to have gone a little bit wide as well. The AI seem to be very strange at this circuit. When you overtake them, they're instantly trying to outbrake you again, and it just doesn't work for them. Anyway, Crutchlow is up next. We should be able to get him here, I would have thought, because that's usually where we gain massively on them. Although actually, we're not as close as we have been on some other laps to some other riders. And yeah, we're going to have to sit behind, although we're going for it on the brakes anyway. Oh, that's a bit of a hard move on Crutchlow. Bit of a dive bomb. Took him a bit wide with us. But we've got the move done. It's probably the hardest move we've done intentionally. Sort of, it was not meant to be hard, but I sort of just didn't want to sit behind him for probably another lap, really. It's usually the best place to overtake them is that corner. I didn't want to sit behind him again for basically a whole lap, so just had to force my way through. So the front 3 are the guys in front now. We've just probably got to set a couple fastest laps and we'll probably be onto the back of them. Right, so we've caught up to Rossi virtually now. This has been a really hard few laps to make the gap on him, and he's been dropping to the guys in front, so I've still got another gap to bridge once I pass Valentino. And we're going to have to go for it here. I can't sit behind him. Oh, so aggressive on Rossi there. But I can't sit behind him for any longer because we're on lap 11 of 14, and like I said, there's still another gap to bridge, probably about another second to Marquez and Dovi now. So I could not sit behind him. That's the first time I got close enough to go for a move, so I went for it. At 1.1 seconds to gain to the guys ahead. I've got to get my head down and do it. Right, so we're coming up towards the line to start the final lap, and we are right behind Marquez. We're going to have to pass him in sector 1. Into Doohan's, we're not close enough. Here we go, it's going to have to be this move again. We've pulled off quite a few times at this point. Although the tyres are so ruined, we can't get it stopped. We can't do that move anymore. That's definitely our chance of the win gone. We could still maybe have second if we go really aggressively towards the end of this. Marquez has not even had a go on Dovizioso, which is just annoying because that definitely would have helped me out. He's just sat behind him this entire time. No, that's it. We're not going to be able to beat them. They are just going to have it. The tyres were absolutely shot. We had to go for the move. It was there or never. And, well, we just came up short, but we did a pretty good job. I mean, I really did all I could. I was laughing at their fastest laps, even towards the end of the race, when there was no grip left from the tyres at all. I was really, really struggling to try and keep up with them. I managed to just catch Rossi, but then I knew once I started to catch him, the gap, the amount I was taking out of him every lap was shrinking, so I knew the tyres were going and I couldn't do the same laps. So that's why I dived him, because I knew I couldn't sit behind him wasting another lap of tyre life. And then I made a small mistake as well, which just cost me 2/10 of those guys. It might have been the difference between making that move on Marquez, but we wouldn't have got Dovi anyway, as it turned out. We couldn't even get back past Marquez in that section. There's nowhere to pass there. We wouldn't have got Dovi. He would have just managed to beat us there. Like I said, I was a bit surprised that Marquez didn't even go for a move on Dovi. I mean, we've seen how aggressive the AI can be with both themselves and the player going for dive bombs. Obviously, a lot of them were, you know, almost hitting into the back of me. I'm pretty sure 5th down to 8th all did the same thing to me, where they almost hit me when I went past them. But yeah, we lost a lot of time, obviously, at the beginning, stuck behind some of the riders, and that just allowed Dovi and Marquez to get so far in front, because they were just several seconds ahead the entire race. And then we were within a second of the win, of course, so it was pretty good. Even with that mistake on the last lap, we almost put it in the gravel. I had to go for it on the inside of Marquez. There was no no way I couldn't go for that move. But I was just a little too ambitious on the brakes with the tyre we had left. I probably should have just done it so that we were side by side into the corner, and then sort of sat him up, I suppose, would have been the better way to have done the move. But in the heat of the moment, sometimes you just think you've got to go for it, because I could see Dovi was just, I mean, Dovi was probably still like half second in front of me at that point. We definitely caught them up through the last couple of sectors, but nothing I could do after I'd gone for that move. But we'll have a look, where did other people finish up? So we're 14 seconds in front of our teammate. Unlike the one at the race that we did at Le Mans, the last of first challenge, there was a big train in that one. But in this race, there were lots of little packs of riders, so I had to overtake a couple of people, then bridge a couple seconds, and then do it again. And it really did stress the tyres. I did a few fastest laps of the race. I was lapping around the mid 129s for quite a bit. Obviously, I know those aren't great laps, but without a setup on the Suzuki isn't too bad. But yeah, third place it will be, so that's the end of MotoGP 19 then. Getting a third position at Valencia. We were so close to the win. If we had another lap, I probably would have been able to do something, because obviously I was right behind them. I should have really been more aggressive into Sector 1 with Marquez, but I just didn't have the braking performance. The soft tyre had totally gone, and I'd never really got the grip in the medium on the rear, so I've been sliding it to try and heat it up, but that just worn it out. It never really got up to a temperature where I could push. Particularly, Rossi obviously dropped back. Rossi was with the ones at the front, but he started to drop back once I caught him, which is why I dived him, obviously, so that I wouldn't get held up, and then he dropped even further behind. Obviously, he hit some sort of tyre troubles. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say, so I hope you have enjoyed this one. This is obviously a goodbye to MotoGP 19. We're moving on to MotoGP 20, so I've got lots planned. I hope you all do look forward to that. But like I said, for the last time here on MotoGP 19, I hope you did enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope you're all staying safe, and I'll see you in the next video.